Ungmennafélagið, and welcome back to the Director of Football, Journeyman. Today we are playing Anderlecht, and we're going to play the second leg of the Europa League against Shakhtar Donetsk. We've been doing quite well since we were here last. If we have a quick look at the results, you saw Leuven. We went and beat Charleroi 4-1. It was delightful. Scott East Riley had a fantastic game, which now he seems to have settled in. He's on top of everything. Then against Zulte Waregem, 4-1 again. Greenwood scored an absolute worldie of a goal. Was it Greenwood? Well, no, I don't know, was it a worldie? It was like 15 seconds in, and he hadn't played for a while, so it was interesting. It was one of his first touches, just boshed it in the back of the net. Then we went and played Club Bruges, who we've had their number this year, bar the 5-1 win they had at the start of the year. Yeah, when they beat us 5-1. Other than that, we've been quite good. Beat them 3-0, scored the final one in the 91st minute, but we were 2 up for the majority of the game, for nearly an hour. Or from nearly an hour. From half an hour in. I'm just going to stop talking. Then the game against Shakhtar, the first leg, it ended 2-2. It's hard to tell if we were better or worse. We did miss, or we gave away a penalty in this game, which wasn't it didn't look like a penalty. It was just kind of given, which was frustrating. Was it not this game? I could have sworn we gave away a penalty in this game. Or was it the Club Bruges? Was it the Club Bruges game we gave away a penalty? Yeah. That was not a penalty at all. Gilardo pushed a player. Never happened. Couldn't see it. So that was fun times. There has been a little bit of transfer activity. Barashi has complained about not getting enough first team football after he came back from his second injury in quick succession. So I said, fine, I'll sell you. And he went straight up on he handed in a transfer request, and then a bunch of offers came in for him. So it looks like he is off to either France or South Korea, which is happy days for him. Hopefully he gets some of the game time. I do like him, but he's not going to get back into the first team anytime soon. And Timothy Steiner, who was a fullback / centre back that we signed from Genk for far too much money, paid 52k for him, never looked like he was going to get into the team. His contract was running out, and Strømsdest offered 3k. He appeared and disappeared in the blink of an eye. He was never going to be good enough to play for us. But we do go into the Anderlecht game in quite good form, as you will have seen. Top of the league, and with the game in hand. So if Anderlecht beat us, brings everything a little bit closer. If we win, we're in for quite the season. We don't have too long left in the season as it is. We did have a conversation about pushing to win the league. Hector wasn't impressed with the conversation we had. Everyone else, I think Fofana, wasn't happy either. But Fofana has fallen out of the team this year. He's played about half the games he did last year. Fofana's been one of those ones that just missed out because better players came in ahead of him. Regardless, we're going to start Hector with Mitkov and Gallardo as our wingbacks, Degresse and Nkita as central defence, Dodura and Sidija as central midfield, Lenghetti and East Riley as our wide men, with Diallo and Carnevale up front. I am fairly confident that we're going to win this game relatively comfortably, but at the same time, you never know what could happen. Romelu Lukaku did have words for Anderlecht, telling them not to take Diallo too lightly. Did I tell Gallardo to go out and play? Pressure's off. God damn it, I wasn't paying attention. To be fair, Gallardo's been a bit hit or miss recently, so he probably needs someone to just go out and do your normal thing, you know. Lenghetti, Degresse, I think he scored 7 so far this season. So he's been in there with goals. He scored more goals than some of our strikers who played a lot of games as well. And Anderlecht have a free kick that just goes wide. So no shots on target as of yet. 10 minutes in. They want us to play shorter. No, we're not going to play shorter. Mitkov tries to put Diallo through but can't. And now Anderlecht are on the break. Rocca, just a back pass to Hector. Easy. Oh, we need to move the league table so you can actually see what's going on. Inkita, Sadija gets it across. Again, maybe we do change to a shorter passing because the slightly more direct doesn't seem to be working. Carnevale puts Diallo through. Diallo with his 31st of the season. Get in. They're obviously not paying attention to Romelu Lukaku, who is 35 years old in this universe and is playing for Roma, having left Inter for Roma. Again, like I said, 35 years old, not the youngest of players. Diallo puts the ball in, nobody's there to pick it up. Sadije gets back to pick it up, gets it out. Gallardo playing with no pressure. East Riley, oh what a goal. East Riley gets his first goal and then he's just been on a tear since. This is tasty. The curse of the team that finished 6th continues so far. Zulte Waregem not picked up a point yet since we got into the Champions group. So I think, fairly confident in saying this, that 6th place is cursed. It seems that the team that finished 6th rarely pick up even a point when they get into the final 10 games. But I haven't gone back far enough in the history of the league. It's just since I've arrived in Belgium, it's a case that whoever finishes 6th does not do that well. I'm going to say I'm fair pleased. I just want the players to continue pushing on. I think I'll leave Linghetti on for a little bit longer. Carnevale not having a great game. So Carnevale and Linghetti, 2 players I'm considering changing. We'll see how. To be fair, their left winger, okay, they've just taken him off. Their left winger was worse off than Linghetti. So Carnevale hits the woodwork. He was offside. But their defender just headed that straight into the back of the net. Like it was nothing. Alright, it is about time we took Linghetti off. We're going to bring on Jacques, make him an inverted winger because he can do that. Carnevale, you're coming off for Rodriguez. Do we make a third sub? We might as well. Kupin's coming on for Mitkov because Mitkov is dying a death. Jacques has won a free kick. Who's going to be taking it? Rodriguez. Can he add to his tally? He can indeed. 9th of the season. I think it's fair to say we've won the game against Anderlecht. 15 minutes left. I can't imagine them scoring 3 or more. Especially with us having a corner. Diallo jumped for it but was nowhere near it. I say they're not going to score 3 and they're on the break. Bamba doing a bit of a electric slide. And Hector pushes it behind. I'm curious to see what the director of football does this summer with the squad we have. Because I think something came up on a news article not too long ago talking about the Champions League and how no Belgian club is going to make it in. So I think it's because we were the only team that actually made it to the group stage of the Champions League. I think our reputation for the nation has dropped severely enough that we've lost the ability to just kind of walk into a Champions League group spot. So we have to have a look and see what that means. And Rodriguez gets another one. So for the game against Shakhtar, Rodriguez has made me think, do we start Rodriguez in the next game or do we use him as a super sub? Because he's come on, 10 minutes ago? Not even 10 minutes, and scored twice. He came on in the 81st minute. Went and scored in the 76th and 80th. So maybe we don't start him. We do have very tired players though at the end of that game. Yeah, Rodriguez had to be man of the match. Came on, played 19 minutes and was player of the match. So congratulations. Making a bit of a comeback for himself. He's finally decided that he wants to be a footballer again. So for a little while there, when he didn't get his move to Portugal, or move back to Portugal I suppose, he wasn't happy. So he's playing better now, which is good. We also had a youth intake. Not a great youth intake, to be fair. We had one player that was fine. I think he was 3-star potential, like potentially 3-star potential. When the director of football signed him, his potential went up to 4.5 star. I think I brought him into the first team because he actually could be an. I should put a age. His name is Wesley Van Britsum. He's a 3.5 star potential now. He looks okay. It's not amazing, but it's not terrible. I don't think we still have these players here, but I think he signed a bunch of other players. A random terrible striker who's 14 finishing. Not actually that bad, I guess. Julke de Block. Mukar. Odabasi. Feke. Not Fekite. And Cohen Matthews. So, other than Wesley, youth intake wasn't great, it has to be said. But yeah, we had quite the game there. I can see Rodriguez being one of those players that does leave in the summer. Because if you look at contracts expiring, we only have Coppins, who keeps rejecting contracts, might add. He's been offered 4 contracts or 5 contracts. Just keeps rejecting. Does not want to sign a new one. So I'm guessing we're losing him. In terms then of these players, I don't really care about any of them, to be fair. They're all meh players. I don't think anyone under 18s. Bar the... Oh yeah, actually there is. There's a few. If they're not in the under 21s or the first team, I don't care. They're not going to make it into the team. So yeah, youth intake was me. So we're going to be back in just a second for the second leg against Shakhtar. And I think we're not too far off winning the league either. We have broken a new record, I think, for the most wins in the league. Don't think there was anything about it there. No. But Sevilla's boss is looking at Mitkov. Everybody wants Mitkov. Mitkov is one of the most in-demand players. And I don't want to lose him because he is very, very good. And we paid 4.6 million for him. It's only worth 8.5, and he has a minimum fee release cost of 25.5 million. So he's probably going to be gone for that money in the summer. Right, we will be back for Shakhtar in just a second. 2-2 from the first leg, remember. Oh, it could all go horribly wrong or fantastically well. So, as previously stated, we are 2-2 with Shakhtar going into the second leg. We have 2 away goals, so we're in a good position. Valencia have gone through already against Sporting, so today we find out if Zenit can keep a hold of their 1-0 away lead, and can Atletico Madrid beat Barcelona, who were away in the first leg and scored a goal away from home. We don't have to worry about them just yet. It's more Zenit Lille game if we can beat Shakhtar. We are I would take a draw as long as it's not 2-2. If we draw 1-1, that'll be a perfect result. If we win, that's even better. If we lose, I'll be very annoyed. This is how we're lining up. We have Hector in goal, Mitkov and Gallardo as our wing backs, De Gresse and Nkita as central defence. Greenwood is coming in because Dodura picked up a knock in between the last game and this game. Sidija continues as the Mazzella in central midfield. Lingedi and East Riley continue as our wingers. Diallo and Rodriguez comes in for today's game because he scored twice in 6 minutes or something. No, he scored twice in 9 minutes. He had 2 goals after 9 minutes being on the pitch. Is what I'm trying to say. Julian gets to sit on the bench today. He's not played a whole lot of football for us. Kind of feel like that was a mistake, not giving him opportunities. He's just not really. He's played quite well for the under 21s. He scored 11 goals for the under 21s. He's been good, just not good enough. So that is how we are lining up. He is going to be on the bench, so he has an opportunity to come on if we need him. But I'm just hoping that we have enough about us to beat Shakhtar. Yeah, go out and carry on straight from where you finished. Half the team was happy with it. Gallardo, yeah, it's Gallardo again. Gallardo's. We definitely need. I'm hoping the director of football looks at the team and says, "We need a left back because we need at least a backup left back because Gallardo is our only left back in the first team at the moment." Nice save by Hector to push Popov's shot behind. We are actually going to press their goalkeeper and their centre backs because I don't think their centre backs in the last game, they didn't look competent. Like if you put them under any bit of pressure, they seemed to crumble a little. So if we push them again today, well, I don't think we pushed them in the last game, but if we push them today, there's a chance that between the centre backs and the keeper they'll make a mistake. Don't even need to. De Gresse with his 8th of the season. How many did he score last year? 7 last season. He's currently on 8 for the season now. This man, I'm the one who gave him his opportunity in the first team. If it wasn't for me, De Gresse wouldn't be a footballer. I came in, saw his potential and went straight in the first team. I got rid of plenty of players to keep him, and De Gresse almost doubles his tally. Unfortunately, he hits the woodwork by the looks of it. I don't think a keeper saved that. I'm pretty sure it was the woodwork that did the business for them. Gallardo with the big throw. Rodriguez down to Greenwood. Fucking Mark Greenwood straight in the back of it. And that is why we play Mark Greenwood. The man doesn't get a whole lot of opportunities, but when he does, oh boy does he score some cheeky goals. And he's playing as a roaming playmaker, and he's very, very good as a roaming playmaker. I want all my central midfielders who are playmakers to play as roaming playmakers, but it's a little difficult. Some of the players have attributes to do it, but they're not very good when they do it. Greenwood seems to just be quite good at it in general. He's an attacking midfielder who wants to be an advanced playmaker, so he's not the best playmaker we have in the team, but in terms of roaming playmaker, just seems to unleash him. Mitkov gets caught with his pants down. Popov, again Hector makes the save. Barcelona, interestingly, have joined the teams interested in signing Mitkov. So 25.5 million is probably what he's going to end up leaving for. I don't think a Belgian club are going to be able to afford him. So we're not going to get more than 25.5 million. Which for... Yeah, I'm going to say that actually. I was going to tell the lads that I was delighted, but I'm not going to. I don't know. Do we have enough depth at right back to lose him? Coppins is the backup, and he's probably leaving on a free transfer because he's refusing to sign a new contract. Even though the man is getting first team, right, relative first team football. He's not getting a whole lot of it, to be fair, since Mikov stormed onto the scene partway through the end of last season. But he has been in and out of the team. But if he's not going to sign a new contract, we're down to no right backs. Tete ran quite a distance and then shot that one wide. Gallardo with a throw again. 5 minutes into the second half, and Rodriguez, keeper, manages to get a hand to that, puts it over. We haven't had a clear-cut chance, but they've had two. De Grasset and Rodriguez ballooned it. So they've had two clear-cut chances. We've had one half chance. I suppose you could say we're FMing them, but we've also had twice their shots. De Grasset just puts that one over. East Riley, interestingly, having a terrible game. Gallardo, keeper, punches out Sidija to Greenwood. Better move my mouse. That was quite the break and quite the goal. Right, we're going to demand more after conceding that goal. That, to be fair, that was a very, very nice goal they scored. Mitkov takes the throw. Nobody gets to it, and they just punt it, and now their winger is back on it again. Just rounds our defender, slots it past the keeper, and it is now 2-2. Right, we need to make changes. East Riley playing terribly. You're coming off. Christians, don't know, do I trust him, but don't really have any other options. We're going to bring Carnevale on for Diallo, put Rodriguez as the advanced forward. We're going to have to keep an eye on Gallardo as well, because he's not playing very well, which is an issue because, as I said previously, only left back at the team. Coppins is my backup left back and right back, and we're going to be without him, I think, next season. Mitkov or Greenwood to take the corner or the free kick, and Carnevale did score, get in, comes off the bench, gets himself a cheeky little goal. Diallo's going to be quite disappointed that he didn't play better, because could have scored. They're looking at offside, not even close. The only player that was offside was Rodriguez, and he wasn't involved. We probably should just sit back a little more. Mitkov tries to get the crossover, doesn't. Rodriguez, Carnevale, they've cleared it again. Thankfully nobody's up there for them. Gallardo dinks it out to Mitkov, tries to get it across, and it was terrible, but Gallardo picks it up again. Out to Christians. Sidija has Nkite out wide to Gallardo. Oh, beautiful little build-up play. Rodriguez tips it in, and no, it's offside. If we'd scored a fourth, that would have been delightful. How far? He was, yeah. The defender just stepped away from him. I'm going to demand more for the last 7 minutes plus stoppages. I'm going to make a substitution in a second here. De Grasset, don't make a mistake. Hector, get rid. Thank you. Gallardo keeps it in. Nkite, Sidija, Christians to Greenwood. Gets it forward. Rodriguez can't quite get there. Alright, time for a substitution. Sidija's not having a great game. We bring on Julian. Julian's going to get a chance to play in the Europa League. Probably his first game in Europe. Don't remember playing him in the Champions League. Yeah, probably. I'm 99% sure we didn't play him in the Champions League, actually. Can somebody close down their goalkeeper? No? Yes? No? Gallardo wins the ball. Julian out to Linghetti. Linghetti gets past his man. Can he get the crossover? No, gets back to Mitkov. Whips it in. Rodriguez. Jason Christensen. Yes! Alright, it's over. They're not going to score 2 goals. I don't want to be a bottle job. I don't want to be a Clates. I can't believe he scored. Of all the players on the pitch, I would have actually said Hector had more of a chance of scoring than Christians. But have we done it? Have we done it? Hack him down, lads. Come on. Go on, Greenwood. Greenwood puts Christians through. Christians has suddenly decided he's a footballer. Whips it across. That looked easy for the keeper, but at the same time it didn't. It looked like it was travelling way too fast for him to just grab a hold of it. But it did. Gallardo dinks it across. Nobody's there. Christians picks it up behind my left back. My left winger behind my left back. Lingetti, keeper punches it out, and Rodriguez makes it look easy. 5-2. Get in. Yeah, we are playing on key highlights. So I was going to say there's not a lot of highlights. Didn't think it was key highlights there for but a moment. Beautiful. Easy game. Oh, you were all scared that we were going to lose this. The second leg against RB Leipzig, we won 5-1. This round's second leg, we win 5-2. We're just the kings of scoring 5 in second legs. Yeah, I'm pleased with the performance and the result. Mark Greenwood, man of the match. Probably not going to play the next game though, which, sucks for him. Because Daruda is so much... East Riley, I have to give you a telling off. You were shocking. But that's fantastic. We've made it into the next round to play Zenit. And Barcelona go through on away goals. So it's going to be a Spanish team in the final, guaranteed, against us or Zenit for the Europa League. 1.29 million for making it past the quarter final. Into the semi final, we play Zenit. When are those games? I think we come back for the Zulte Waregem game because we might have the title sewn up for that game. Zulte Waregem did pick up a point or a win in their last game. I think it was, yeah. They beat Charleroi in the last game. So they've actually picked up points for the first time in 2 seasons. That is the team who finished 6th. Have gotten themselves some cheeky little points. Next episode will be Zulte Waregem against Zenit. As I said, I think this game might be the one we win the league in, if we're in the situation where we can win the league. And this could be the game that decides whether we get into the final or not. So, could be 2 very important games. We've also got money in the bank, projected to lose just a smidge more. But that's fine. We are into the next round, the semi-final of the Europa League. So, that being said, if you have enjoyed, please make sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe. Share with all of your friends. And yeah, the people in the description, go down, click on their links that I have down below. Subscribe or follow everyone that's in there. And thank you for dropping by. Thank you very much, fellas. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!